Thank you, Mr. President and colleagues. And I sit here in amazement when I hear my colleague from Chino say that can we once tip the scales in the favor of unions and union workers and not in favor of corporations? My friends, this is just another bill in the sequence of union bills that we're saying part of the Union Caucus priorities. And it's just kind of disconcerting to hear the vilification of corporate companies that do business in the state of California that contribute to us being the 5th largest economy in the world. And you know, you talk about the greed of corporations. Well, what do they do with their profits? Most of them are publicly held corporations, and many of our senior citizens actually get dividends. When those companies do well, they do well. And with the stresses that our senior citizens have today with Social Security, which barely pays a living wage, and Medicare supplements that they have to pay for, they need this income so that they don't become homeless in their golden years. You know, I'll bet you there's not one person in here, except me, that has actually owned a business that made it union, had union employees, and served in the private sector, having 20,000 union members. And while I was on the Board of Supervisors in the city of Temecula, we never had one strike. Believe it or not, contrary to my rhetoric and comments and mocking the Union Caucus this past week, I've had a very good relationship with labor in my 27 years of being an elected official and in my years of owning my union pharmacies and having employees with very little turnaround because they're well taken care of. But my friends, I must respectfully rise in opposition to this bill. My worry is that providing unemployment benefits to existing workers who choose to go on strike, we would be removing an incentive for the employees to come to the bargaining table and negotiate in good faith. Furthermore, unemployment insurance is not for workers that have voluntarily left a job. AB 1066 goes beyond that and provides these benefits to workers that are still employed. Unions already plan for financial assistance for striking members with striking accounts funded by union dues, which are always getting more expensive and never coming down, and special assessments. While I will admit that this is a creative way for unions to eliminate the need to create a reserve for their striking members, thereby freeing up much of their needed funds, I just don't believe that unemployment insurance program was established to boost the coffers of unions. This, in all likelihood, as many as of the other pieces of union legislation that we've seen this past week, is in response to the Janus decision. And I know the unions are upset about the Janus decision. And this is a way for them to try to overcome their disdain for that Supreme Court decision. Again, let's reserve our unemployment funds for those that are truly unemployed, have lost their jobs, or been terminated. For those reasons, I ask a no vote.